Self. Hello. Hello, everybody. And welcome back to Hell We Ride. We last left off, the group just got done with a really cool Infernal War Machine battle. Traveled for a bit longer, and they ran into the Wandering Emporium. Now, the groups parked their vehicles outside in the parking lot. And they were just heading inside. And I believe you guys have 2 soul coins, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And as you guys were walking in, you guys saw a lot of different places you could visit. There was a... Oh, and you were greeted by Mahadi, this human merchant fellow that seems to be running this big caravan. And his main shop is this place called the Infernal Rapture, which appears to be a mix between dining services and a spa. Also a place you could rest. Fire Snake Forge. You see a sign for that, and it has like a picture of like one of the Infernal War Machine's gears, an anvil, and a hammer. You see Bernie the Barber's colorful tent. You notice it has a very shiny metallic like hue to it, almost like a copper or bronze-ish. Just so it really stands out, you know. Another place called From Here to Avernus, and you see this weird-looking fellow, and it's just like this small tent that he kind of runs, and he's got a bunch of imps that seem to be coming back and forth from him. He's some kind of devil that you haven't encountered before. And then there was that crazy human mage that had that Icarus away, that had the tentacle arms with the human fingers on the end. And there was another sign for this place called Zenith's Larva Farm. So there's a lot of different places you could possibly go here.
Good. I don't know about you guys, but I need to find somebody to figure out what is wrong with our little friend Elizabeth here.
Good idea. I think I'm going to see if I can find someone to talk to about my hands, getting these fixed, and how much that'll probably run us.
I would not trust the mage over there.
You point him out, and he just notices that you notice him, and he waves. But his arms just, like flailing noodle arms.
The writhing sheath of tentacles somehow gives the approximation of waving hands.
Mm-hmm.
I can remove the curse for you.
I put it into my other.
I know, but don't you probably need the energy for later? Maybe if we run into another one of those boar things.
Well, when are we going to plan to take a rest?
We could rest here, but
we just rest. I mean, we haven't been driving all day. It's been like...
We could at least take a short rest. That way I would get the slot back.
Okay.
Fair point. I mean, if you want to do that, go ahead. I wouldn't be adverse to it. I'd be happy to get rid of these things.
It's free.
Free real estate.
You know,
I mean, if they take gold down here, I might be able to get some supplies while we're here, anyways. All right, Rick. She puts out her hands just to let Richtofen cure her.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. There you go.
remove curse.
Remove curse.
I keep forgetting you don't need anything for it. You can just do it. That's one of those spells that I think does need like an expensive material component.
Yeah.
But yeah, boom, it's gone. You're cured.
Nice.
Your hands are normal.
She just flexes them. It's like, good to have him back.
The horrible skin, that you had, actually like molts off and then falls off like it's charcoal.
Right. Yeah. She notices it molting and just sort of like helps peel it off, kind of like you're helping a snake shed. And just like wiggles her fingers a little bit, and just like.
You notice the skin tone on her hands is slightly lighter than her arms.
Yeah. Gonna have to spend a little time in the sun, but it's good to be back in green. She looks a little more relieved now, a little less salty than she was earlier.
So keep in mind you do not have that armor bonus or the charisma deduction anymore.
Right, gonna bump that right back up. And drop that back down. Ah, thank goodness. All right.
Go, Mahatma.
Hey,
That not what his name is?
Mahadi?
Mahadi.
Yes.
Where can I help my little friend here?
Oh, what help do you need?
No clue. We came across her. She was buried in the sand, and I don't think this is her regular form.
She can't talk either.
Or eat, which is really kind of sad.
He pulls out a like a lens that you would use for like looking at gems, and he goes to examine her.
Uh-oh, dice rolling.
Interesting. Poor little girl.
Gonna share any of that info you got there?
Well, info is
Don't say it.
I don't know what you mean. Don't say
Yeah.
what, my little kobold.
What's it gonna cost?
I don't know. It's suddenly appearing in his hand as a soul coin, and he's flipping it between his fingers, which I can't actually do with a real soul coin.
Because that thing's way too big for your hand.
Yeah, but he's somehow doing it.
Well, we have a bit of need of some of those ourselves. Is there anything that we can, I hate to use the word trade for, something we can do that might square up for this?
That's another good question. About payment. She pulls a single gold coin. Does this work at all down here at any of these places?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yours?
Not for me, but there might be a few people that might take that. I'm pretty sure Ilek over there might. She points over to the mage.
Very well. Is there anywhere we could resupply with things, or anywhere we might be able to earn a little bit of fuel? I guess she sort of nods her hand towards the hand where he's like spinning the coin.
Oh, I'm actually looking right now. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we are not here for hire. But if you need a place to relax, or if you need a place to get some good food in your stomach, I would suggest heading over to my Infernal Rapture, my own pride and joy. It's a demiplane I crafted myself. As he opens a door, it had Infernal Rapture on the top, if you recall. And you hear stuff inside.
I'm guessing the currency that's taken in there is probably soul coins as well.
Well, that is the currency here in hell.
So it just looks to the party like, so we probably can't afford it.
No, never mind. Out of character. I was going to say we could steal it, but no.
Yeah.
I don't want to cause any problems here.
Is there a shop here?
We do offer many body, foot, hand massages, skin care, general grooming, bathing, if you need it. A nice place to rest on a giant silk bed. We also offer some more exotic things, at least for your folk. Things such as dream therapy and longevity therapy.
Interesting.
Elizabeth could probably use the dream therapy, but our problem still persists. Soul coins.
Yeah.
Are there NT bounties around?
Anything we could do?
Bounties.
Yeah. Then
Anybody?
This isn't a hobgoblin fortress.
Is there anybody causing trouble for you?
Trouble? Nothing that we can't handle.
Are there any mercenary camps nearby?
Well, if you're asking about the Blood War, you're asking the wrong man.
Who would I need to ask?
Zariel might have use for you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Maybe one of
We're
her
not-
lieutenants would be able to recruit you if you are looking for treasures. I'm sure they would easily reward you for helping them fight against the demon front.
Back up.
The direction we need to go.
Yeah, we're actually looking for Zariel, in a sense. Eventually, we're going to have to talk to her.
And what about returning Lulu?
Among other things.
Beat me by 1 second.
Sorry.
I heard my name.
Yes,
I don't know.
we're
I don't know.
talking about probably trying to find Zariel. It wouldn't happen.
Well, she won't be of much. I don't think we'll be able to do much with her. She seems. I think we should get her sword first.
Right.
Her sword, says Mahadi. Well, I do not know of where her sword's location is at. If that's what you're asking.
No, don't worry. We've got our ways.
So
All we
first
offer
of all-
here is some pleasantries here in hell.
You said the mage might accept our coin.
Yes, I believe he is both buying and selling demon ichor, and he does use gold currency.
Does our out of character? Does our demon grinder have the same kind of NOS injection?
All of the vehicles that you've seen so far do have the NOS. The
Just
demon
looks to-
ichor funnel thing.
Right. We could maybe get some of that, get a little more mileage out of them.
Well, that's mainly for like quick bolts of energy.
Right.
I was going to suggest that if the mage takes our coin, what about trying to exchange for demon?
For soul coins, like, is there a currency conversion system?
Fentala over there would be willing to exchange gold coins for soul coins. Points over to the devil that you guys see over there that has a bunch of imp couriers, it seems like, that go over back and forth. They have on little postage hats and stuff. And
There's the bank.
Carrier imps. Do they? This is probably during the thing. Never mind. This was during our. I was thinking about something during our mute episode. The imp we saw with the scroll fused to its back.
oh yeah. You see. How can I describe what this devil looks like to you guys?
Ugly all day.
Oh wow, that's not nice. Actually, that is not far off.
And yet you
Imagine-
laughed at me for saying it.
Imagine a very fat-looking fellow with greenish yellow skin. His nose is kind of upwards, like
Kind of piggy.
kind of piggy. He's got a very thin mustache. His face is quite wide, almost like Jabba the Hutt's face. And he's got a very thin pencil mustache that goes out there. He's wearing elegant robes. He's got this, what appears to be some kind of mighty scepter. He's got a whip around his very large belt that goes over his giant belly. And instead of wings on his back, you see they appear to be like a pair of larger hands sprouting out from his back. Almost like at the end of the original Naruto when...
Yeah, the hand wing thing.
Yeah, the
Sasuke
weird
had.
hand wings things, yeah.
Yeah. That's neat.
Go talk to him.
Yeah, might be able to get a little bit of extra fuel and a little extra spending money. Is there anywhere that sells provisions, like components for spells, anything like that? Do they take more material currency?
I'm afraid we don't have any of that here.
Well, didn't hurt to ask, I guess.
No problem with asking. If you have any questions, please come to me.
Of course. You seem a little. You seem very comfortable here in Hell. I would think that a human would be a little more adverse to the environment here, unless they're more attuned to the planes.
Well, I have been here for a few years now, a few decades. I have made my own path here. I have made allies.
I can see that.
And I've also made enemies. But
I can see that you have a very reputable outfit out here, it would seem.
But I came here because I had heard how miserable of a place this was, and I wanted to bring some cheer and some relief to the poor souls here.
Insight on that.
What'd you get?
18 plus 8.
He seems to be telling the truth. He seems like the most humble person you've seen. In fact, you actually feel kind of guilty for doubting him.
Well, at least there is some altruism in hell, I suppose.
Got to bring some kind of balance here.
Fair point. Seems what this plane is about balance. No matter who's pushing and pulling.
An imp, like as it flies by when you say balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a couple of goals. Brakka, Rick, if you guys want to run off and see what we can do for soul coins, for fuel, and for purchases.
Sounds good.
Koi, you may want to look into some equipment, maybe some extra arrows.
I'm poor. I have like 1 gold and 10 silver, so I'm fine.
Okay, then you probably want to stick with them. I am going to take Elizabeth over to the mage and see what we can find out.
I'm coming with you.
Well,
Okay.
do you have enough silver to actually turn into maybe silver bolt tips? There's a forge here.
I brought like 6 quivers, and I mean, I'm fine. I brought 100 silver bolts, so yeah, I'm fine.
Fair point.
It is then that Bahati goes to put a hand up to an ear, like this. And he's like, it appears I have a guest at the Infernal Rapture. I'll leave you to your merriment. Don't get in any trouble now.
No. We'll do our best.
And he's like, if you need me, I'll be in here. As he goes into the Infernal Rapture. And the door stays open. And you smell nice food coming out from there, and almost like a casual party, I guess. It's not super loud, but it's definitely
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody else think that's a trap?
Oh, I think everything here is a trap.
Except for that mage.
All right, so mage first.
Let's go. He's the one that takes takes material coin.
If I heard correctly, you guys are splitting the party, right?
Are we?
Yeah, you and you and Rick are going for the soul coin exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Koi, me, and Elizabeth are going to talk to cringeworthy mage.
Right. I'll go talk to Java Demon then.
Java
Let's
Devil.
go.
Mm-hmm. Java Devil.
So, you head to Ickers Ahoy. Or Ickers Away. Sorry, not Ickers Ahoy. He just turns into a pirate. And he's like, as you walk, he was like, do you want Icker? Or are you selling Icker? Or perhaps you want me to use some on you.
Okay, first off,
As he says that, his arms wiggle like woo, 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 and then his fingers are here, and he's going like this.
yeah, I'm glad we came here first. I'm about to lose the lunch I haven't even eaten yet.
One eye is always fixed on you. The other one seems to be looking around randomly, and his ears are wings, if you recall, and they're folded up on the side of his head.
Right, he's mad-eye moody.
Is he here?
What? Anyways, so yeah, I have a little friend here who we may need some help with. You think you can help us figure out what's going on and stop it?
Oh dear. Oh, that's an interesting little doll. Does it talk?
No, that's part of the problem. She can't talk, can't eat. Barely show emotion.
I don't know if she was talking or not. Her face hasn't moved, and I'm only reading your lips.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I'll tell you, it took me about 23 years to get used to reptilian lip reading. It's much more difficult than you would expect.
Oh no, I would expect it. So, yeah, can you help us?
Help you how? She seems to be doing pretty fine.
Yes, but this is not how she usually is, if I'm not mistaken.
Is she usually taller?
I'm fairly certain she's usually not wood.
Well, I'm not a craftsman, so I don't think I can make her a metal body.
Not trying to make her a different one, trying to get her back to normal.
Oh,
Or
but
at
what?
least-
But what is normal, friend?
For
One
her,
giant
not-
tentacle arm reaches 10 feet over to a table, and he grabs a cup and he drinks.
I really wish you'd stop doing that.
You notice the drink is demon acre.
That does not surprise me.
Does he change after having drank from it?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
it's
he does
probably
shiver
something-
like it was a cold chill.
I was about to say, it's probably something on the inside that's changing. Remember, it took contact for your arms to change.
True enough.
Okay, so, barring all the eccentricism, if I said that word right, can you, A, tell us if there is some type of curse or some solution to her problem, or B, direct us to a different person that can help?
Oh, I can see if I can remove a curse on her if that's what you wish. It'll just cost you a soul coin.
Okay, I'm assuming you're not going anywhere.
Not right now. I'm on the run from debt collectors.
Oh?
Oh, I've already said too much. They're not from hell, if that's what you're wondering.
No, but the possibility of us taking care of a problem in exchange for some soul coins may interest us.
Or the remove curse.
Say what?
Or just in exchange for the remove curse for the doll.
I think taking care of some debt collectors is going to be worth more than a spell that our friend the necromancer could do.
I mean, I don't know how bad this curse is.
Yeah, you got a fair point there. Still, the possibility of
Are you good friends with Cloth?
is that your debt collector friend?
Yes.
Depends on what kind of friend you need. Do you need him to stop following you, or do you need him? I'm waiting for you to finish the rest of the sentence.
Oh, right. Well, you see, he's an ancient red dragon, and he rules over most of the northern sword coast on Torel.
Dragon, you say?
I owe him about 15,000 gold.
The hell is a red dragon?
That's without interest.
It's a bigger version of me, except red.
I heard he let me borrow that money so that I might go investigate a peninsula down south on that world called Schult for this magic ring he was looking for. I might have spent it all in gambling, and now I'm here.
So, if we were to bring him that ring, we could bypass you completely.
Sure.
This conversation feels like I'm running around in a circle.
Circles, ovals, ellipses, rectangles, or maybe prisms. Who knows? Or maybe even a tesseract.
Like I'm getting a headache from 2 different lifetimes.
Are you getting a headache, or is it an ache from the soul? Or maybe the heart?
Back off.
I don't know. Sometimes I get an ache in my tricep, which is weird because I don't have one anymore.
Okay, so Nick's is going to place his hands on Elizabeth's shoulders and slowly back him, her, and them, her, and Koi.
Wait.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, unless you can offer us anything more profitable, I'm leaving because that's gross as hell.
I love this man.
I will pay you a soul coin if you act as a guinea pig for one of my experiments.
Bye.
Your loss.
So, Koi, do you have any interest in fulfilling that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I think we should go meet up with the others now.
I guess.
Meanwhile, the others. They're with the Jabba the Hutt devil while you guys were doing that. So,
Grab a drink.
Brakka, you head up to from here to Avernus.
Yep.
And this large fellow is like, "Oh, do you need a delivery package?
Actually, we're here to
Deliver all across the plains."
Really?
Yes.
Even the upper planes?
Yes, but that might cost more with shipping fees and all that.
I was going to say, it seems like the upper planes would be somewhere that would be off the list of someone from Avernus.
I have delivered a divine spark up to Mount Celestia before. That was quite tricky.
Insight. Nah, it's not going to do anything. It's 8 plus 6.
I mean,
14.
pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Interesting. Well, I might come back to that later. We're actually here because we heard you do a currency conversion, material coin to soul coins.
Interesting. Were you wanting to trade in soul coins for gold?
Gold for soul coins.
Ah. Well, that would be 150 gold for each soul coin.
Right, I believe I have. How many do we want? Just turns over out of character. How many do we want? Because I've got I currently have 1,255 gold pieces.
So to start off with, we probably want at least a solid dozen. 6. It's almost a full week for both vehicles.
Keep in
A
mind,
dozen is 12.
keep in mind, you can only hold the amount equal to your con modifier each.
Right. And a dozen is 12.
I thought it was, yeah, I said half dozen each, didn't I?
Half a dozen each would be 24 soul coins.
You know what I meant. 6 each.
Yeah, if each of you had 6, that'd be 24 soul coins total.
No, I'm saying 6. I'm saying 12 total for both vehicles. 6 for each vehicle. But that's if we could carry the coins.
We can always store them in the vehicle.
Could we though?
Would we want to leave anything like that to chance?
Yeah.
If
We
you
wouldn't have to leave all of them on it.
you do know there is a compartment underneath the seat on the demon grinder. That's where you found those soul coins that you just got.
All right. That works, I guess. But do we have enough for that many though?
I'm sure I got 72 platinum.
So 750 gold.
You need 1,800 gold for 12 soul coins total.
So, what, 400 gold from each of us? No, that's, wow, my math is horrible. I'm sorry.
450. You weren't far off.
That one. I've got 450 to toss into the pot.
Right. I've got that too.
Oh, wait. We're forgetting one very important fact. Koi's broke.
I don't have money. I bought a +1 crossbow and all my silver bolts and a swimming pool for the house. So, yeah.
Right.
Almost forgot about the swimming pool, which we have yet to get to use.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take this back a notch, out of character, because obviously Nix hasn't shown up yet. How many? I apologize if anybody heard that.
So it was 1,800 gold for that many soul coins.
If you guys are buying a total of 12 soul coins amount from all of you, you would need 1,800 gold total.
So that's 600 apiece if we three.
That'd be 450 each if all four of you split it even, which you can't because I think Koi does not have that.
That's what I was saying. So it'd be 600 for three of us.
Yes.
Hey, let's take that back a step. We can only hold so many.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should figure out how much we can hold first and then do the math for the gold.
My con mod is 3.
Same.
Okay, I got 2. So that's not 8.
8.
That would be enough for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's still not bad. And
Koi,
we
what's
might
your
run-
con modifier?
3.
So 11.
Mhm.
Bad.
So
Too bad.
so how many of these bad boys do you get? You going with 8 or are you going with 12 or?
I say 4 for now. If all else fails, we can always try and find the Emporium again.
Right. Or we could just buy, we could each just buy enough for our own con modifiers. Does carrying them out of character, Sky, does carrying them affect our characters at all if we carry at our capacity for our con modifiers?
You don't know. You just know it feels. I just told you the meta of your capacity. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not going to spoil if you have too many.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I was never going to get any more than what I could carry or stow in the vehicle.
It's just you got that the one ring from Lord of the Rings kind of weight to it. It like weighs on your soul. It doesn't actually weigh that much.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, buy enough for each of our con mods, and we'll cover for Koi, considering.
So 11, because that's the max amount you guys could carry on you.
Yeah. May as well. I mean, at that point, we have an extra couple to barter with if we need to.
All right, then it'll be 1,650 gold. The devil looks like he really doesn't. He's like not interested, but he's still doing the business anyway.
Right.
I'm assuming at this point, Nix would probably show up with Koi.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how much do I need to take out? Was it 600?
It would be
550 each.
550. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Sweet.
There we go.
So Brakka and Koi have 3 each, and Nix and Richtofen have 2 each.
Oh
We
no, I have
3 too.
I have 3.
Oh no, that's right. Nix is the only one that's +2.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I hand over my gold and I guess grab for the soul coins.
You do that, and this devil pulls out his whip, and he goes, "Whoosh! You count out these coins." He's like, "Yes, master, yes, sir." And then a little imp flies over. And he's like, "Whoosh! Faster." Is there anything else I could help you with? You sure you don't need any parcels delivered?
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Your imps fly all over the place, correct?
Whatever I tell them to.
Perhaps they've seen a certain sword?
Perhaps they have. What's it worth to you?
Fellas, what do you think?
I mean, we already know the direction where we're supposed to go.
He smiles, and he has like a Grinch smile because his mouth is really wide.
Right.
Yeah, but do we know what we're driving into? Lulu only knows the direction.
Right. Depend on, I guess.
I was just going to say, we may need to make a stop somewhere else along the way.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. Also,
Ask Lulu, how much further do you think it is?
Well, distance and time is relative here. I just know I'm pretty sure it's that way. She points the direction you guys were going.
Yeah. I just had a thought.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say maybe we should send a letter to Silva Savicas back in Candlekeep. See how things are progressing back home. See if any time has passed since we got here, or what. Maybe we should send it to the bar. Or we could send something to El Turel.
I have a very stupid idea.
Let's hear it.
Why can't we send a letter to Zoriel?
Like
I
a letter asking her to stop.
No, not
The
necessarily.
devil's just standing there with his hands like this, just listening to your conversation because you're right in front of him. And you mentioned that, and he gives like that, ooh, kind of look, and then looks back at Brakka to see what your reaction will be
To him watching or to Nick's talking?
to the idea of sending some message to Zariel.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming we're doing that out of character.
not
I was
at
just
all.
gonna- yeah.
I mean, Lulu told us that maybe we should first find the sword anyway.
True, but there's a possibility that either some assistance could be had, or maybe she already knows where the blade is.
But she doesn't. Where she's now, she doesn't want it. We're trying to help people. She's wanting to turn into lemurays.
Yeah, I think for right now, just should grab a few more days worth of provisions and set on out.
Lulu looks at you, Koi, and you hear in your head Lulu's voice. And she says to you via telepathy, I don't trust anyone in here. We probably shouldn't mention about the sword any more than we need to.
That is fair. So yeah, we should go.
All right. We skedaddle.
Just turn to the devil man and just say, "Thank you for your time. We might see each other later."
Oh, well. Okay.
If we see one of your imps, we'll say hi.
Sure.
So, how about a short rest? And I hate to say this, in Rapture.
Well, we could also just rest in the machines.
The machine's got that, this is very lawful evil in real life, but they got the, like the anti-homeless stuff where, they got like the spike on the benches. It's kind of like how
lumbar support.
That's kind of like how your infernal machines don't look like they'd be comfortable at all to sleep in.
Right. Well, short resting, probably just on the floor. Are there spikes on the floor? I mean, we're got to step on something.
At this point, the guy was nice enough to invite us into the restaurant. We could get a short break, get some food, which we kind of desperately need to begin with, and at least give it a little bit of extra time to mull things over.
True, but he takes our fuel as currency.
Yeah, but we've got enough days worth now. We can spare one or two.
Do we though? We don't know how long distances are here, or how long days last even.
True, but let's say it this way. We've got 11 coins. If food for all of us only costs 1, we've still got 5 days worth of travel.
Technically, we got 13 because we still got the 2 in the vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's true.
So,
We could always ask him what the prices are for stuff when we get in.
4 waters, please.
So you guys head inside the infernal rapture?
wait, do they have endless breadsticks?
Okay,
Are the rolls
that's
free?
you head into the infernal rapture. Upon entry, immediately you are greeted by a tiefling, and they escort you to a private chamber. As you enter into this door, you notice it opens up into this hallway, the seemingly never-ending hallway, and it's like this really nice, elegant hotel inside. The hallway is actually like 15 feet wide, and there's like a chandelier every 50 feet or so. This really nice crystal chandelier. And this tiefling has on like a servant's fancy like butler garb, and they escort you guys to a room, and your room number will be something random. Whee!
Don't be 237.
Your room is 20,208. And it's in gold, gilded onto this mahogany door.
Mav, no, we are not taking a door with us.
Puts the flathead away.
You can roll an
Got a
Arcana
tail
check
anyways.
if you guys want. The second you entered.
Man, I need to figure out how we did this. This would be great to throw in with our bar.
5. Makes sense though. Brakka doesn't know this kind of magic.
It's bigger on the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was getting that wibbly wobbly feeling.
Mine's more of a timey-wimey
And
thing.
anyone else curious?
Sure. Next we'll throw in...
Wait, what are we throwing?
An Arcana check to see what all of this, the rapture.
Oh,
infernal
wow.
raptures.
21.
24.
Damn it.
You both know that this is a very elaborate, very well-maintained demi-plane spell. You can't take anything out of here, for it is made of ethereal ectoplasm, essentially. It still functions like it should normally when you're in here, but like if it's food or something, you can still eat it just fine. It functions all the same properties, but the only problem is you can't take things that are conjured in a demi-plane out of a demi-plane.
I
So-
am so taking notes here.
So, pretty much what I'm saying is, if you try to steal the door, it won't work.
How does food work?
The food is probably brought in and cooked like normal. It's just using the...
Yeah, demi-plane is its own little pocket dimension, essentially. Kind of like the TARDIS. The TARDIS is a pocket dimension in its own way.
I was thinking more along the lines of like walking into a bag of holding, but okay.
Yeah.
Without the suffocation.
Yeah, this is much nicer than a bag of holding.
Also a good place for wizards to put clones.
hmm
Just realized something. Nix could hide in a bag of holding.
Pretty much with the demi-plane, you whoever the caster makes their own personal mini plane, essentially. So you're just a god here, in a way. Where you're like, I want to make a demi-plane, and it's just a flower field with meadows and bunnies. Boom. But in any case, as you guys go to enter the room, the door does not open, and appearing in front of all of you is a paper with a bunch of writing on it and a quill for each of you. And you see that the contract states that... I just want to make sure I get this one right. That it is actually in very simple, not very much wording. It's not small. There's no fine print. That pretty much stipulates that you must pay for everything that is consumed in all services in here before you leave.
Is there a price list?
No.
No, Mater D.
Can we just hand like a piece of chicken or something?
I mean,
Garçon,
we could
le
probably-
check.
We could probably
I'm sorry, sirs and madam, but I will not, and not specified. I will. I'm not allowed to let you in unless you sign this contract. It's more of a safety precaution.
Okay, quick question. What's the average price of a meal here
Oh, only a soul coin.
per person?
Yes, but it's a feast.
Ah.
A feast for a hero. Wink.
Ah.
I can't tell. Who's she flirting with?
Yes.
Right.
Is it an endless feast?
As much as you can eat.
We probably won't be able to take the food out.
No,
No,
you
you-
can bring it back to the room.
You should be able to take the food out. It is all imported from various planes. Made by the finest chefs here in Infernal Rapture.
Guessing we can't order takeout.
You could, but you'd have to order it here first.
Okay, so a soul coin apiece. We get endless food, and we can take some with us in a doggy bag, in a kobold bag.
Yes.
Okay, I just insulted
So-
myself. Damn it.
Though the room, we still have to pay for all services. Was it
But all
services
those-
or services?
But all those services, any of the services you would like, you will not be able to get it unless you enter the room, and you can't enter the room unless you sign this contract.
Okay, final decision time. We either go and search for our own food, vessel chickens, and do our own thing, or pay effectively a soul coin apiece, get an endless feast while we wait, or while we rest, and take some as quote unquote provisions in what we can carry.
Always a chicken for me.
Rick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to get me some AFC.
One soul coin can get you any meal on our menu, which is in the room, and any other services that we provide here, including dream therapy, a spa, which is down the hall, points down the endless hallway, or body massage, foot massage, acupuncture, grooming, bathing. All this for one soul coin each.
That's 4 soul coins out of 13. We'd be left with 9.
So you would have plenty left.
Okay, Brakka. We've got their vote. What's your idea? What's your 2 cents or copper?
2 soul coins.
Let me let it be here. That contract, out of character, the contract is in common, and that's all it says.
Just like the sign on your way into the Wandering Emporium, it seems to shift into whatever characters you're comfortable with reading.
Okay. But that's all it says, that just you have to pay before you can, like however much soul coins you need to be able to be here. We just have to sign the contract to get in.
Do you want to investigate it?
Will I have to hold it if I need to investigate it?
Yes.
Ghost Rider flashbacks.
Though it does not look like there's a very sharp edges for a paper cut. It looks like you have to actually sign it. It's not like there's a pen. It's not a drop of blood does not count as a signature.
Right. It's just that whenever, if you've ever seen Ghost Rider, he grabs it and then just like it somehow cuts him and the blood's on there. It's like, that'll be just fine.
Uh-huh. But he just said that's not how it works.
Okay.
You can tell this is a normal paper.
The scary thing is he's not lied, or we don't think he's lied to us since we got here.
Right.
I mean, it's a feast worth, but we've also got other options.
Well,
And
if you're not interested, it's fine. They will be here. If you want the exit, it's over there. Points straight back where you came from. You see there's a door frame, and it leads back out into the Wandering Emporium. You can see like the red dust and stuff from hell and all that.
assuming that the door would open automatically if we all sign.
Of course.
Okay. Sorry for wasting your time. We'll make a decision and then follow suit.
Oh, you didn't waste my time. This is Tiefling as he smiles.
Does anybody else think he's really cute? No? Okay. So, Brakka, it's effectively up to us, and I think we've kind of taken a little bit too long to make our decision.
Fair enough.
AFC or GTFO?
Well, truth be told, I actually kind of want to try it now that I've seen Richtofen almost freaking cry eating it.
Okie dokie. Saving the coins. Let's head out.
Frugality. Let's hunt some chickens.
A door. As you're leaving, one of the doors creaks open a little bit. You smell like sunflower seed oil from that room.
Anybody else having a flashback to the other massage parlor that we've been in before?
It didn't work out too well. Let's keep
Only
going.
slightly, yeah. Only slightly.
Yeah, let's keep going.
As you
Yeah,
keep
so-
going, another door on the other side opens up just a little bit, and you just see this like long hall feast, and you see this very overweight human, and he looks very happy, and he's like in tears, and he's eating what appears to be some kind of giant turkey leg.
Spirited Away flashbacks. Spirited Away flashbacks.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna speed up walking and make sure that Elizabeth is keeping pace.
We need to work on these door locks. They keep coming open for no reason.
Yeah, I feel that trap feeling getting a little bit worse.
As you get closer to the doorway,
Oh,
you
shit.
fear for just a moment that you think it's gonna turn into like a Mario 64, where it's just gonna stretch out and you'll never reach the end.
I
But you
hated that
you
trick.
you easily get to the door, and you guys are back out.
Ugh.
If I can't get out here, I will burn it down and collect the insurance
Immediately, that relief you felt when you were in there, like you weren't in hell anymore when you were in there. So you all actually felt a lot less burdened. But the second you leave there, you actually feel worse than you were when you were in there. You feel like you have been for the last few days because you're in hell.
There it is.
Yeah,
It's like your sinus is kicking in at max the second you walk out through the door.
Oh, no. Not good.
yeah. Well, let's find our next stopping point.
Now let's find some chickens.
I say we hit the road first. We can always find chickens later.
Yeah, we might run into some. They're just wandering around out here. We might come across a flock.
Rick, if you see any while you're driving, make sure to hit 'em.
Fireball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, not fireball. Jesus. Don't want to fricassee them. We want to cook them properly. A fire bolt would be more than enough, as I've already proven. Apparently.
Well, I was going to make it the Cajun style.
I don't
We
like
might
spices
ash.
too much.
Might turn them to ash though if we fireball them.
Extra Cajun style.
Remember what happened to the demons?
Ooh, tasty.
I say
Oh, I don't think I said what all the workers here look like, right? There's a bunch of humans, Drugar, hobgoblins, salamanders, what appear to be some very sexy looking devils and devilesses, if you know what I mean, and a bunch of other assorted humanoid creatures.
Already in the car.
Can I roll insight to see if any of the humans look like they're, or the humans, or just any of the mortal workers look like they're under duress?
Yeah, go ahead. Insight.
It's cocked. $17.
They actually look pretty happy to work here.
All right. Climbing onto my spot with the wrecking bolt.
All right. So as you get onto your sorted vehicles and you go to head out, as you're driving away, Mahadi is at the entranceway to the Wandering Emporium, and he has a handkerchief, and he's just waving you off.
Yeah, Brakka will wave back.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Come back anytime.
Get it.
And you guys ride.
And we ride.
Ride.
Oh wait, no, you're not in horses.
Steel horse.
On steel horses we ride.
Ghost Riders and Skystars playing.
Mhm.
I mean, there are nightmares here.
I was thinking more Motorhead.
And
I do at some point. Well, I'll have to talk to them when we get to a stopping point. Never mind.
you guys head off. With Lulu in the lead. And she takes you guys further into the hellscape that is Avernus.
Beasts.
An hour goes by as everybody needs a constitution saving throw.
Nice. 21.
Nice.
24.
Actually, wait, no, that's
Uh,
22.
Koi is quiet. I'm worried.
Oh,
No.
1 total.
Yeah. I mean, natural 1, total of 7.
Okay. You all notice that Koi seems really tired as Koi has gained a level of exhaustion.
Uh-oh.
You guys travel another hour and we get another con save.
I was gonna say also, I actually made a mistake. My con is a 3. My dex is 3. My con is 4. 20, soft 20.
Okay.
25.
Oh, good. You're
15.
given a look like you got another single digit.
Oh, no. I mean, I
Remember,
got.
they have to be quiet. Remember.
And what did Nix get?
Oh, sorry. 18.
Okay. You continue riding. You do see part of the blood war going on in the distance. Lulu easily keeps track of where she's going, but keeps you guys way far away from them, from the battlefield.
In which direction?
You're not sure which way is northwest, east,
Right.
south.
Look, guys, it's the Blight of Avernus. Roll them up.
If you have a compass, do any of you have a compass?
I
don't
have
think
one with
so.
my pack.
You pull it out and it's just spinning.
Yeah, it figures.
Mm.
And then it stops spinning. And north immediately points to the south.
North immediately point. What?
The red tip that's normally for north immediately points 180 backwards.
Oh, we're heading south.
Yes.
Neat.
You look down again and you're heading east, but you have not turned.
I chuck the compass over my shoulder.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, this is what I wanted. This is no longer what I want.
A little wooden mannequin hand grabs it. I rolled sleight of hand. She made it.
Caught that?
She just
Nice.
barely catches it. Like her hand goes to grab it and it slows down and she gets her other hand, she gets it and she like holds it and then she like looks up at you.
Aw.
That was a nice catch. You want to keep the compass?
She just holds on to it.
Aw.
Okay. You hold on to that.
Another con save as another hour goes by.
Hooray.
I'm still impressed. She caught it.
Effective episode. 16.
I'm surprised she did too.
16.
12.
Dirty 20.
Koi is looking really tired as Koi takes another level of exhaustion.
Oh, jeez. Wait, can I see Koi from the Devil's Ride?
Probably not.
Okay. So I've got no clue.
But everyone else probably notices that like Koi's like just really uncomfortable and it seems like the equivalent of she's been hiking for 2 days straight without stopping. It's probably the best way I could describe it.
So
Lulu flies down and it's like, should we take a break?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
what?
I think we're almost there.
I'm fine.
We need you up at 100%.
I can still shoot well.
Okay.
I feel slow though.
The quicker we get the sword, we get out of hell. Quicker we get out of hell.
We need everybody at 100% if we ever run into anything.
In hell, none of us are going to be at 100%.
Whatever percent we can be to fight. Whatever shows up.
Your logic astounds me.
Whatever.
What? Remember,
Ow.
I'm on a bike outside. Technically, we're not having this conversation.
No.
So you guys keep going?
Does anybody want to stop or just want to keep going?
So we push on for another hour and see how it is.
Alright, that's it.
All right, con saves.
Before it gets any worse, we're stopping.
as you continue to force the forced hike.
5.
14.
20.
15.
16.
Nyx gains a level of exhaustion.
I got 25.
Oh, I thought you said 13 or something.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, wrought iron trees line a trail that leads up to a summit on a steep hill, and that you approach. Lulu looks concerned, and she slows down from traveling speeds. Anguished knights are impaled on these trees, metal branches. Their bodies are writhing in torment, and you see bloated sturges feasting on their blood.
If we see any bats, we leave. I knew of a vampire like this. I do not like where it goes.
Lock the doors.
You notice that the bloated sturges, after they feed, are flying up to the top of the hill. And then ones that are flying away from the top of the hill are not bloated with blood.
Hey guys. What are the chances that's where we need to go?
Looks at
What?
I should have known that was going to happen.
just
I-
slowly.
I think this is where the citadel was.
Was.
In the middle of all the trees?
Maybe it's hidden somewhere in here.
We've got to take a chance.
I think we hit it really well.
Well, if that's a disguise, that's a hell of a disguise. I did not just make that joke.
Ha, I get it.
All right. Everybody out.
Should we
The
Should we take
the engines do not stop, if you recall.
right? Should we take a break real quick and rest, then go in there?
Rest and store the coins away.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of them.
Right. Because I can carry mine.
Okay. Nix is going to store theirs in the grinder.
You said there's trees nearby?
Yes, they're all made of metal. And on the branches, you see a bunch of knights. A lot of them are in like heavier armors, like splint mail and full plate. And popping through their chest are these metal branches. Blood dripping down from them, and you see sturges coming over and feasting on their blood. One of them sees you and says, "End it, please. Kill me."
Shit, they're still alive.
How many are still alive?
Hundreds. This is the closest one that you guys are near. I'm gonna say you guys didn't go into the middle of the woods and stop. You guys are like at the edge of it.
Yeah. Does it look
But
like we can
there's like, it makes a hill, and all these sturges seem to be going to this one big tree at the top of the hill, going to one guy, and when they leave, they're not filled with blood anymore.
Are the trees in a
There's
fairly
sorry, go ahead.
in a fairly straight line?
It's like a forest,
So no.
a little small forest.
Does it look like we could does it look like we could drive the grinder through?
Might be a little big for that. You might be able to squeeze through your bike, but it would scrape against a lot of the metal branches.
We can see the sturges dropping off the blood to that being on top of the mountain.
Yes.
That's totally a vampire.
Yeah. All right. Let's get some rest and then say hi.
We taking a short or a long?
Probably just a short.
A long would drop some levels of exhaustion off people, though. We can't drive anywhere in here, so we don't really need to worry about running the fuel.
True.
The knights
Although
the knights up in the trees every once in a while are like screaming in pain.
Yeah, it's disconcerting. Okay, Koi, this one's on you. You're the one that's feeling the worst here. Do we rest or do we go?
As your wish. I mean, I am slow right now because I'm tired, but I can still shoot very well.
I would like to think since you're a Triton, it's kind of like you're drying out a bit.
Right.
We'll go with that. So you're probably like your gills are going a little bit more than normal. Got a bit of the kind of thing.
If that's the case, let's do a short rest. Let Rick get the spell slot back that he used for the curse, if he hasn't already gained it. And then we go.
Okay.
So you guys wait here for an hour and get your short rest. Besides the wailing of the knights that are in pain and these sturges buzzing around, nothing really bothers you guys. None of the sturges actually go after you guys at all.
Nice. So Nix is going to play tic-tac-toe with Elizabeth in the dirt.
Okay, just give me an intelligence roll. Just add your intelligence mod.
All right. 12.
You easily beat her. Every time.
Well, I'd let her win a couple of times. I'm not a monster.
Roll me deception.
Jesus Christ. 17.
When you try to like you do a move that obviously would make it so she could win, or would make it easier for her to win, she puts her hands on her hips and she just like leans towards you, and her face doesn't show it, but she seems to be showing body language like she's mad, and she gets rid of it in the dust and starts over.
Oh, she's sassy as hell. I like her.
I like her.
Oh, man.
And when she starts, she puts it in the same like let's say she was circles. She puts her circle where you put that X last time.
Okay.
Could I? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I was just going to say something along the lines of trying to do a deception check better. I want her to have fun, but if she's having fun with me still winning, then I guess we'll play it normally.
Would it be a nature check to see if this behavior from the Sturges is normal? Like if they would be like them only attacking the knights and not attacking us just seems a little off.
Yeah, you can just give me like a perception check if you want.
Perception.
Well, the thing is, they're not attacking the knights. They're just feeding off the blood.
Right, but they're not trying to go after us. We also got blood too, but they're not doing anything.
They have a forest and they don't have to fight for it.
Right.
Well, I mean, still make your check, but I'm just saying.
Just interesting. 19.
Now in closer inspection, you notice that some of the knights, that the closer ones anyway, are actually not alive at all. It's their souls that are bound onto these trees.
Huh.
But they seem corporal at the moment.
And they're still giving blood?
Yes.
Huh.
You don't even need to roll insight because you guys came from Baldur's Gate. You do notice a lot of them have memorabilia of like warriors of Helm and such, and a few of them actually have Hell Rider emblems.
Damn it, I was just about to ask that.
No history check needed. It's armor matching from about 100 years ago.
Right, and oh damn.
I mean, that's what their souls are right now.
Right.
Right. Damned.
Right. Yeah.
That was bad. I'm sorry. And so,
Brakka just has been looking at them and going.
Because you got really good on your perception check, you see up at the top and the main tree that they're all going towards, it's an elf, and his armor does not match the rest of theirs. It's actually lighter armor.
And he didn't look like he was impaled or anything?
Oh no, he's impaled through the chest.
But he's the one that's on the big tree.
Yes.
Brakka was just curious because sturges are technically beasts, so she was wondering if that behavior was normal for them.
It is
She'd seen
definitely not.
Right.
In fact, they are giving the blood that they're taking to this guy up there. You see them actually stab him, and then the blood leaves them.
This is so weird.
And he looks like he's in just as much distress as the knights below on this hill.
Literally.
Weirdest dialysis machine ever. Okay, we all rested?
Yep.
We good?
So you guys had your short rest.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't do anything for exhaustion, I'm guessing.
You have to
Yeah.
eat food and water and take a long rest per layer.
Right.
Go. Let's go.
Right.
Keep an eye on Koi. Koi, just try not to kill over.
Okay.
Brakka, help me keep an eye on Elizabeth, please. And let's go.
We'll do.
Just then, you look over, and she's like going over to one of the lower branches on a tree, like a really small branch, and she's going to poke it with her finger.
Ah,
No.
Brakka just sprints over, just like no, like
Initiative.
no. $18.
Her index finger, like the inside of the index finger, is just about to touch the point of it as you just grab her by her waist and pull her away.
No. This is not a good place. This is not a good place, sweetheart. This is not a good place.
She like tries to wrestle out of your grip, and when you let go, she runs back to Nix.
Let's go. Just gonna let her go. This is not a good place. Now that I'm actually
Thank you.
close.
Sorry, I was just saying, talking to Elizabeth.
What did you say to her?
I was just saying she was only trying to keep you safe. There's nothing to be afraid of.
She doesn't seem to give any response. She just stays behind you.
At least you stand behind me. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, now that we're closer to the trees, does this? I know I'm applying nature checks to things in hell that aren't natural. What does this look like? Does it look like there's any patterning to indicate age or anything like
This
you
metal-
could do with natural trees?
Give me a nature check, I guess, since you're.
All right. $14.
These are definitely not natural trees by any means, but you are in hell. Hell is by far anything but natural. In fact, it's quite supernatural.
Right. Yeah.
Who knows how long these have been here? They might have been here since the beginning of hell. They might have been here an hour before you guys got here.
Who knows?
Did I just see a '69 Impala go by here?
You probably did, because that's the parking lot right behind me.
How did you see that? I can't see anything.
There was a brief flash of like a silhouette of a car. I did see that.
Okay.
You have a really good eye.
Yeah.
Just say I didn't know there was a '69 Impala in hell.
Well,
I mean,
at some point.
there are two human rangers that are probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
Up the hill.
Yep. Let's go.
so you start heading up the hill, and a
Right.
bunch of the knights definitely notice you, and they're like begging and pleading for you to take them off the trees. Do you guys interact with them in any way?
Hell no.
If one of us approaches the trees, do the sturges do anything?
You notice that each of these knights have at least 2 to 8 sturges on them at all times. No matter how much blood gets sucked out of them, they don't seem to die.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near that.
Yeah.
One of the sturges like flaps aggressively when you kind of get close to the guy.
When it does that, Brakka just puts her hands up like, no.
You're not sure if that was for you or if it's because it just took off. But it seemed a bit too much of a coincidence.
Brakka just looks at the rest of the group. Should we be a little more inconspicuous, you think?
1, to Metal Forest. 2, if these things have any type of intelligence, they've already let the guy know we were here. And 3, if they were gonna attack, we're screwed.
I'm not really worried about them. They don't really seem hostile. I'm just more worried about other things in here that might be.
As you approach the largest tree with this elf on it, the sturges on him leave, and they like fly above and they perch on the metal branches up above. And he says, "Oh, thank the gods. Please release me from this torture so my soul can rest. I'll tell you anything I know."
Okay. First, how?
Do you like?
I can't
Is there-
move. I'm paralyzed.
Okay, that doesn't tell us how we can get you there. Or get...
Pull off my body from the branch, damn it! He screams. I'm not going to actually scream, but
Okay,
What?
yeah, thank you.
he's crying blood.
Oh, that's...
The sword. Let's find out if he knows where the sword is.
Okay. So
You notice
what-
his eyes are sunken in. His face is quite pale. And he is also but you're not sure if that's because he's also a soul or not.
Okay. Why do I feel like this is a bad idea? Brakka,
Mhm.
watch Elizabeth for me. Rick, prepare. Koi, ready the arrows. I'm gonna try and get him down.
I don't blame you for not trusting me.
Dude, we're in hell. There's a lot of things I don't trust, but I don't like the sight of you guys impaled on these things.
Thank you.
Brakka just nods.
My name is Yander Sunstar. You can roll history checks if you want.
I was just
Kind of want to, yes.
Sunstar.
Shit. Oh, 21. Okay.
Shit.
15.
The name sounds familiar. He he's a famous vampire. And he's famous because he's a vampire trying to redeem himself, and he worships Lathander.
Oh.
Okay, Alucard. Quick question for the universe out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Could I pull a non-lethal lightning lure, like a lightning rope, without hurting him?
Considering that he's on metal tree, no.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really bad idea. Anyways, I'll take...
Actually, I've got Thorn Whip.
And there's no check. You guys can just pull him off.
Oh, okay. I will, as gently as I can, pull him off.
Unimpaled Vlad.
Let's see. You pull him off, and his wound does not heal. And the Sturges get really mad. And they come fly at you guys.
Yeah.
So as they come flying at you, we'll need to roll initiative.
Whew.
As they buzz aggressively.
Really?
18.
Really? This is what you're rolling for.
Nice. 22.
Give me just a moment. 22. They got pretty good. What did Richtofen get again?
18.
That's right. What about Koi?
16.
Okay. And next.
Also 22.
Oh, that's the same as last session. What a coincidence.
I'm afraid I'm not going to get any 20s tonight.
Who's got the higher dex?
I believe you do, Brakka.
Right.
So, Brakka, you are first. There are... Let's see how many are currently near you. There are 5 Sturges flying towards you.
Right.
They're all pretty
how
close
many,
to each other.
How many feet away?
We'll say 30 feet.
Okay.
Or not
30
even. No, they would have been up in the tree. 15 feet away.
Okay. How close are we to the trees?
You're at the foot of the largest tree that they were perched on, and they're like unperching and starting to fly down towards you.
All right. This is probably a bad idea, but we have an entire field of lightning rods. And I'm just trying to see if this will work. Just going to try and call lightning on just the whole like flock of them. So everything within a how many foot radius of them? Check the spell. Okay.
Call lightning.
Okay, 5 foot creatures within 5 feet of a point that I designate. Me to make dex saves or take 3d10 lightning damage.
Okay. The clouds above you swirl a bit. It was not already an existing storm.
Right. Yeah. So no extra damage.
So all the Sturges need to make saves. I'm going to say a disadvantage because they're right next to a metal tree. And the vampire will also need to make dex
Oh
save.
no.
And Nix and Brakka will also need to make dex saves as you're right next to the tree.
Any
Right.
chance of attempting to block the vampire from the bolt by, I don't know, shifting my body?
And I did say I was going to move a little bit away from the tree.
Okay,
'cause
then
it's lightning.
not Brakka.
Okay.
But still Nix, because Nix was getting him off the tree.
And I does that apply? Am I able to block him from the hit?
I'll say you negate his disadvantage if you're
Okay.
willing to just willingly fail your own, because that'll take your action or reaction.
Okay. If it's taking my reaction, then yeah, I'll use my lightning resistance and take the hit for him.
Wow. Okay. I'll say because you do that, he doesn't need a roll. I'll just say he makes the save, so he takes half as well. Sturgis, what's your spell save?
I believe it is 16.
Two pass, but I don't think it matters.
All right, let's see. So this is $21 points of lightning damage.
21. Yeah, they each have 2 hit points, so they fry. They pop, actually, when the lightning hits, but it also hits straight onto the tree, the metal tree. And Nix, you would take half of that, and the vampire also takes half of that. You notice the vampire's, the hole in his chest sealed up.
You said 21 points of damage?
Yep, 21 halved would be
10.
10 point.
10.
Okay. So it's rounded down.
Yep.
Okay. Will do. Brakka,
Sorry.
And
lightning rods.
a few seconds later, it's like that lightning never even hurt the vampire.
Oh my.
Cuz vampire. And he says, oh, thank you, Lathander.
I don't think you should thank him so much as, well, not Brakka. She wanted to fry you.
I didn't know. I forgot. Metal trees, lightning.
rods, Jesus! I am practically made of lightning.
I guess the Morning Lord did throw me some mercy after all.
Yeah, okay. Just
Perhaps.
thank them instead of us getting you off the fucking tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brakka just sort of just like puts out her staff of Lathander. He's like, God's work in mysterious ways, I guess.
Lathander did not give me mercy before. I was with the group, the platoon, that Zariel sent the Hell Riders into hell.
You were with the Hell Riders?
Yes,
You
Me-
were with Ray?
me and Haruman. One of one of Zariel's lieutenants. But we fled like cowards. I couldn't live, or whatever you want to call my undead existence, with the guilt. So I threw myself at Lathander's mercy, into the sun. But it looks like Lathander didn't give me that.
Yeah, okay.
Perhaps the morning Lord has greater plans for you yet.
You say that, and he starts to glow a bit gold, and he's like fading a bit. He's like, really, thank you.
Walk in the sun.
And he
Be blessed.
he kind of like Thanos snaps, where he like just turns into like gold dust and disappears.
Wait, the sword. Oh.
And as he disappears, you hear in the distance a horse whinny, and you hear galloping.
Oh shit.
And you see
hide.
out in the distance, as the soldiers still stuck to the trees wail in fear, as you see what appears to be some kind of a knight on the back of a flying black horse, hooves on fire, mane on fire,
Not these guys again.
galloping through the air, flying faster than Lulu
Oh, one of those.
towards you.
God, these guys again.
Eyes up, blades out.
Last time we hit, right?
Hide or run.
You recognize him immediately as the same one that was in Ethril.
God, great.
He draws his sword,
Is it just
and
the one?
as he does,
Sure.
we roll initiative. No, we'll keep initiatives.
Right.
Brakka.
Am I up back at the top?
Let me
Because I zapped the Sturges.
double check his stats. Looking them up. Oh no, his horse isn't as fast as Lulu. Never mind. Still really effing fast though. Fast as a dragon. Trying to find his stat block, which they have in the back somewhere.
Who is this again?
It was a
It's an anti-paladin, basically.
it was a devil that you guys saw while you were in Ethril that was patrolling the streets. He has actually. Yeah, no. The stats give him a lance, but I'm going to say he has a greatsword. The greatsword appears to have glowing lava-like runes on the inside of the blade,
Nice.
and it seems to be made of the same metal that these trees are.
We're under attack from a heavy metal album.
The same metal that your vehicles are made from.
Ooh.
And Brakka, he is, we'll say, by the time you guys are readying up and turn around and are getting ready for battle, he's 90 feet away in the air, full gallop towards you.
All right. I never specified that I dropped Call Lightning,
You did not.
and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Mm.
And I'm still next to the tree.
You're still well within range.
Is he in range?
For the spell. He's 90 feet away.
Okay.
I think he is. I think he's just in range.
Nice.
Let me double check. Call lightning.
It's got a 60-foot radius.
Oh, then he's not in range.
Right.
No, the range is 120 feet. The storm cloud is 60-foot radius, which you put on top of yourself.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So he's not in range yet,
Right.
but he might be by the end of the turn, as
Right.
he's
I'm gonna.
flying right at you guys.
Right. I am going to again make sure I am a good distance away from the trees. Bonus action. The staff is now shillelagh'd.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold my actual action to zap him once he's in range.
Gotcha.
And that's my turn.
Right after your turn, it is Nyx's turn. I would say he's 90 feet away, but he's probably about 30 feet in the air, about 10 feet above the tallest tree, metal tree. The souls that are bound onto the metal branches are like seem to fear him, and they actually seem to try to like. They're more willing to impale themselves further onto the tree to get further away from him.
Imagine one doesn't make it in time, and the horse's hoof just kind of cuffs him in the head.
He's not close enough for that, but
Ah,
they seem to recoil in fear. Is pretty much what I'm trying to get at.
yeah.
Okay. In that case, Nix is going to rear back with his head. Fair head. Damn it! I keep forgetting that.
Sorry.
My own character, and I keep doing that. And Scotty, correct me if I can do this or not. Out of his mouth is a lightning bolt.
What is that meta-wise?
Lightning bolt. It's the spell lightning bolt.
Oh, then, okay.
100 feet line, 5 foot wide.
Okay.
I'm literally just firing my laser.
All right.
But I didn't know if I could cast it like that or not.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, that works.
Okay.
Um,
Dex save.
Okay. You fire at him, and he got an 18, and his ride got a 19.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that passes my spell DC, so let's see what they get half of. Let's see. 10, 15, 18, so 9 lightning damage
Okay.
for both of them.
There's his horse. Okay. As you strike him with lightning, peering next to you guys, closest to Nyx, a tree sprouts up from the ground, a metal tree. And on it, you see Nyx's name on the ground right next to it. And it lists crime assaulting an officer. As I need Nyx to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, shit. Okie dokie. Ha! 23.
Okay. After Nyx.
Quick question.
Yep.
Could I use my movement to grab onto the tree and just ride it up? Or would that be a bad idea?
It was too fast.
Okay.
You already used your action and stuff.
Didn't use my movement, but okay.
Richtofen, your turn.
Is he still 90 feet out?
He hasn't got his turn yet.
Chromatic orb is 90 feet.
You look over 250 feet away at the bottom of the hill. You see your skeletons tied onto the back of the demon grinder.
We did not prepare for this. Like, at all.
I thought it would have been it's kind of known that as soon as we dismounted, they would have been dismounted too.
You never stated it.
Yeah. That's our bad.
You did say you took Elizabeth with you, though.
How far is the vehicle away?
250 feet away at the bottom of the hill.
Yeesh. Well, I've not pulled this one out yet. Phantasmal Killer.
That's a fear thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Manifestation of its deepest fears must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, target must make a successful wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Jeez.
Okay. You cast it on him. And as you do, you hear behind the metal helmet The one you need to fear is me. As another tree branches up right next to Richtofen. Also on the ground next to it, it says, Richtofen, crime, and assaulting an officer with a fear spell that he's immune to.
Wow. Insult to injury.
It's hell. That's what they do.
Well, he's not frightened, but he would still take the psionic damage, wouldn't he?
He makes the save. He can't be frightened.
I'm gonna start heading down the hill.
Wisdom saving throw.
$21.
Okay. You start heading down the hill. And so you're 30 feet down the hill. Since you used your action to cast a spell, and then you can't dash. So after Richtofen, as you guys see Richtofen go to cast a spell, tree pops up, and he immediately runs away straight towards the vehicle. It is Koi's turn. And by run away, I mean you are technically running towards him because he's between you and the vehicle.
Okay, I will shoot at the horse.
All right.
Okay, that's an 18.
18 hits.
I will add my superiority dice to make it trip and fall prone.
Ooh. Okay. So what save does it need for that?
Strength saving throw.
Okay. $13.
Just passes.
Oh, I thought it was actually going to fail it. So how much damage then?
13 magical piercing damage.
Okay, you hit it, and it actually almost falls forward down towards the ground, but it catches itself real quick, and another tree pops up right in front of Koi, and Koi needs a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, 16?
16?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that your turn?
Can I keep going?
Where to? Towards the vehicle?
No, keep shooting.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I
I keep forgetting you're a fighter, and you guys are over
I
fifth
will.
level.
Yeah, I will shoot. I will do the same thing.
Okay.
So it's an 18 again.
Yep, that hits.
Saving throw.
Oh, you're going to spend another superiority dice?
Yeah.
Higher than last time.
Okay.
21.
$17 piercing damage.
Oh, jeez. Okay. His mount looks very, very hurt.
I will action surge and attack it again. The mount.
Okay.
I
I think I know who's going to die first.
action surge. Okay.
I kind of want to know what's going to happen immediately after.
He's because if the horse goes, he's falling, and the momentum's carrying him forward.
That's my whole plan.
If he impales himself on the tree while falling, that's going to be hilarious.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Yeah. roll me the saving throw. Just wait.
You're going to blow your load?
Yeah.
19 strength save.
18 piercing damage.
Okay. You, in a flurry of silvered bolts, Koi fires them at this horse. First one, I'll say, like, at the base of the neck. Like, starts to stop in the air. Next one hits it in the neck, and then the last one hits it right in the head. and it falls backwards, and he falls as you kill the horse.
So I must spend my last shot.
Go ahead.
And I'm also going to spend superiority die.
Okay.
And I will use the distracting strike. So the next one who attacks have advantage. Wow. Okay. That's a 20 a lot.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
I keep forgetting to use sharpshooter today. $12 piercing damage.
Oh boy. Okay, 12. You said? Sorry, I
Yeah.
was distracted. Okay,
No, that's my turn.
I'll say that last shot you got him as he was falling, because he's prone when he lands. After your turn, it's his turn. He uses half his move to get up. He's 90 feet away. So you see him pull out the sword and shield. He's somehow one-handing a greatsword.
Oh.
And he marches towards Koi. You see red eyes through the visor.
Into my 60-foot radius.
And he actually will dash. And as he dashes and gets into your 60-foot radius...
Yes. Dex saves, please.
Normally it would have disadvantage, but
Because
magical
metal
resistance negates it, but it doesn't
Right.
matter because he definitely failed with a 9.
That's just 10 blinding damage.
Okay, as you hit him with that, you get a tree, and I need a wisdom
Yay.
saving throw.
Yay, trees.
You get a tree. You get a tree.
Now-
Everyone gets a tree.
Now everyone has a tree. Merry Christmas.
Oh God, it's the Christmas tree of might.
22.
Okay. After his turn, Lulu flies up to him and says, "Haruman, stop! We're trying to save Zariel." And she'll try a persuasion check, which she's very adorable. She has very high charisma, but she rolled a nat 3.
No.
So he kind of pushes her aside. And if he could move forward more, he would. Elizabeth. Nix. You realize Elizabeth is at the top of your tree. For she was standing right where yours sprouted up. And she starts trying to climb down the tree on her turn.
No.
She falls.
No.
And as she falls, I need a, if you want, Nix, a dexterity saving throw to try to catch
thank
her.
Goodness. Yes, absolutely.
As she falls, her head hits one of the metal branches, and you hear solid wood like thunk, and like a ting of the metal branch.
That's not good.
Oh, no.
That, on the other hand, is another 22.
You catch her, and as you catch her, you look down, and you see that half her head is gone. And you look up there, and half of it is stuck on the branch up above, and she is not moving at all.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Brakka, your turn.
Okay. All right. Fuck. Anything? Do not, because I packed all. Of course, I packed all terrain manipulation spells, as of course I did.
Oh, Nix, the inside of her head was hollow. You notice there's something inside it.
Huh?
And my kitty cat wants out.
Aw.
He's had enough
Go
of
do
this.
it. Yeah, go deal with that.
Okay, go on. There you go.
You can hear that from here.
He had enough of the sadness. Sorry.
Mm.
It's your turn, Brakka. You still have the storm-ish.
Yep, storm's still going. Storm's still going.
Yep, he's well in range now.
She just looks over to Lulu. Is like, Lulu, is there any way you can get through to him?
I'm trying.
I'm
As she says that, surprising everybody, a large-sized wasp buzzes into view. And Lulu looks at it, and she looks actually scared as it's flying right at her.
shit. Shifting attention to the wasp.
The wasp is currently 90 feet away from you.
Oh, shit. She's
We'll,
like,
we'll say
somebody-
Lulu and Haruman, this night,
They're right
Hellish
next to
Falls
each
night,
other.
are like your 12 o'clock.
Mhm.
This wasp thing is like at 2 o'clock.
Okay, so I saw the wasp though.
Yes, everybody does. It's a large-sized wasp.
Right.
It
Brakka
is
just,
red, and it looks very fiendish.
Brakka just sees that and goes, "God, someone get that!" And
Its stingers got barbs on its barbs.
Of course.
It looks like something It looks like something Lluis would draw. It's that
It's a
spiky.
dire hell wasp.
Yes.
Okay, out of character, guys. Do we save this guy, or do we try to reason with this guy, or do we just fight?
He's Haruman. If there's any way we can talk to him, we have a better chance of doing anything other than trying to fight him.
He has a very evil name.
He was also the one that was just named with our vampiric elven friend, the Hell Riders.
Yeah.
I got a cool picture of him that I probably should have put on the overlay.
That probably might have helped.
It's got my favorite weapon in the entire game.
Nice.
Well, in the entire module, I should say. Anyway,
Right.
I believe it is.
Brakka just
Yeah.
Brakka just like God. What was the name of the vampire again?
The vampire's name was Yander Sunstar. Jander Sunstar.
Yander Sunstar, right? Be like, God, Sunstar, I hope your friend is still in there. And she's gonna drop the storm, and just I guess her eyes are gonna glow green, and she just makes a motion with her arms like she's calling something to rise up out of the ground. And this guy's gonna need to give me strength versus 16 as entangle is coming up, and I'm gonna just assume that the grasping vines are all just metal.
Yeah, so they are. And as you pull them up, they grab him by the arms first.
Right.
And he goes to resist it, and his arms get pulled back further, and the rest of them wrap around his legs.
And her brow is just like knit in concentration, just holding him there with the one hand, the other hand's on the staff. He's like, Lulu, if you can reach him, now's a good time. Yeah, that's my turn.
He's restrained, correct?
Yeah, he's restrained.
Okay. He's currently 60 feet away from you, restrained.
Right.
And I believe up next is Nix.
Can I identify what is on the inside of Elizabeth's hollow head?
As you look inside, you see what appears to be a doll.
A doll inside of a doll.
It's
Made
my
of
Trishka doll.
made of straw.
Like a voodoo doll.
Kind of, yeah. It's that size.
Okay. At this point, the threat needs to be stopped before any further assistance can be rendered. Nix is going to put his back towards the rest of the group and aim a fireball at the wasp using the shield.
Ooh, okay. Dex saves.
Correct.
Ooh.
They're going off of the shields spell.
Oh. Okay, wait, I gotta double check his thing.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
I know the wasp failed. Like
Okay.
by half. Like he had half of it, what he needed, at least. Shield, where are you, shield? This is what happens when I'm not allowed to share stuff with you, and then I have to look it up instead of asking you.
Jeez.
Let's see. Yeah, it definitely does not make that check. Holy crap. Oh, and okay, the fireball is at 3rd level. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
So
33 points of damage.
Fire damage, right?
Yes. Unless the shield is throwing fireballs of a different type of element.
Which would be really
You-
nice.
You throw the fire on it, and there's just an explosion, and you hear like, bzz, 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 and the wasp flies straight through it, taking no damage. One eye glows red as it flies through the fire. Inspiration point for the DM, but I had to.
Yeah.
So a little off topic here. I'm cropping the picture of Haruman, and I was just doing random crop. The height is 666 pixels.
Wonder if that's irony or not.
No, it's actually quite. It makes sense.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll send it to you guys now. Now, totally now. Everybody that's watching, totally believe me. I'm sending them stuff that you can't see. Right about now, and I'm gonna put it on the overlay so the rest of you can see how horribly intimidating and also cool his weapon is.
Damn.
He's like asking for like, hey, I got an edgy backstory. No one, you don't understand me, mom, kind of thing.
He is a heavy metal album cover.
Edgy nothing. That's a Dark Souls boss right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, edgy. No. Anyway, but
The Dark Souls character.
yes. Anywho, that's Nyx's turn, right? You've used an action to cast Fireball.
And my movement placed me with the shield pointing back towards them, but with Elizabeth on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
effectively protecting her.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, attempting to protect her.
Her body lays there lifelessly, and her limbs are in unnatural positions on the ground.
Eight. Nyx isn't going to have nightmares or anything.
You notice the side of her face that is still there. The one eye is crying.
Hey, Scotty, can you make me feel like any more like shit?
Sure, and no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
Richtofen, it is your turn.
Okay, so how close do I need to be to command the skeletons?
I don't think there's a range, is there?
I mean, probably you have to be in the same plane, but
I think they just need to be able to hear you, or you're in the same plane. I'd say you need to be no. Okay, so the higher level version says you need to be within 120 feet. I would assume it's the same for the lower version. You are currently 250 feet away.
Well,
no, wait,
I
you're
moved
220. You're 220 feet away. My bad.
Okay, so I'm going to move additional 30 feet towards the vehicle.
Okay. You can use your action to dash, which would double the movement. As you
Okay.
start running down the hill.
I'll go ahead and do that, and that brings me within 160.
Mm-hmm. And that's your turn?
Yeah.
All right. After Richtofen, it is Koi's turn. This knight is restrained.
And there's a hell wasp coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Which both no, I'm sorry. Only Nyx fired at the walls. Never mind.
You notice that the trees nearby, within the blast radius, the souls that are bound to the trees are on fire and they're screaming, but the fire isn't going out.
As if I wasn't feeling bad enough.
This is the worst place ever.
Next to Nyx's tree, it lists another law that has been broken, and it says applying the inappropriate punishment on the damned.
Excessive force.
Koi's turn.
Oh.
He's restrained 60 feet away,
And you also have the wasp.
and the wasp is 90 feet.
I will.
It is currently on fire, but doesn't seem to be annoyed by it at all.
It is making a beeline, no pun intended, towards our elephant friend.
Aha! Inspiration point.
I already have one.
Oh.
I will.
The fire goes out on some of the souls then.
Thank you.
I will wanna lean on a tree, but I won't because I'm super tired. But I will also shoot at the wasp twice. At the first one, I will try to also make it fall prone.
Okay.
So you can roll me the DC. I have to hit first.
Yeah, you might miss, I joke.
Yeah. It's very difficult, but I might. 18.
You shoot it, and it bounces off its chitin armor.
Oh.
I just
Okay,
looked at its
then.
armor. That's why I was like,
Yeah. I will shoot at it again.
the head's like, and like one eye's red, and just. Bzz, 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 bzz.
And I'm not gonna try to apply the sharpshooter with that thing.
Its little hand is just one-handing a lever-action shotgun.
22? Does it hit?
22 hits.
Okay. Make the save.
Surprised the wasp isn't on a motorcycle level 2.
You got a 6, so it falls prone when you do this.
16 piercing damage, and it falls prone. Yeah.
Ooh, wow, okay. 16. Got it. Bzz. It just falls over prone. And that's Koi's turn. Maybe? No?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, that's on my turn.
Okay. Wasp uses half its movement to get up. And flies, and just barely with its move, is able to fly over to Lulu and attempts to sting Lulu.
No.
And its talons look sharpish swords, as it also has those to attack with.
No.
The stinger misses. I hope. Please hit miss. Okay, it does. Lulu swerves out of the way, but then it uses its little talons and starts like trying to scrape at her. And she's like, ah! And it actually does hit her.
Oh no.
And she starts. Of course it's considered magical. So yeah, it cuts up Lulu quite a bit as it's like wrestling with Lulu in the air. Meanwhile, our good buddy here, who's restrained, looks over at you, Brakka, and says, cease your resistance. As I need a charisma saving throw.
Good. Ugh, 3.
You are frightened.
Uh,
Um,
I was
Not
already
sure.
frightened.
I'm not sure frightened affects concentration on a spell.
Don't think so.
Because they leave it kind of vague. They just say whenever you take damage is normally when you make a concentration check. But they also say if you're like on something difficult. I think the example is if you're on a rocking boat and you're trying to keep balance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh yeah, the GM might decide certain environmental phenomena, such as a wave crashing over you on your ship, would make a con save. So you do not need to worry about that. You still have him entangled.
Okay.
Lulu's turn. Lulu's going to attempt to blast this bug out of existence. And she blows the trumpet.
He can make a just for fairness' sake, he can still make a strength check to try and break out of it.
Oh, he used his action already.
Oh, okay. Try to
Um,
command me. To fear me.
For you to fear him.
Yeah.
You cannot willingly move towards him now.
Right.
I
Wasn't gonna.
Constitution saving throw for the big wasp. Of course it passes. It does take a lot of damage though. So wasp takes some damage from a horn blast. Or trumpet blast. Totally not rolling for something else. Okay. Brakka, it's your turn now.
All right. How badly hurt is Lulu?
Lulu looks pretty hurt, actually. She's cut up a whole bunch. But she does not look scared at all.
Okay.
She looks actually like a I don't know, a celestial that likes killing evil things.
Right. So bonus action was half of what's this? What's half of 7 rounded and down would probably be 3.
3.
I'm guessing. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so bonus action, going to use my Spirit Balm ability, my Circle of Dreams thing to heal her.
Both her and the wasp are now 60 feet away from you because she was right next to Haruman, and the
Right.
wasp caught up to her.
The radius, the range for this is 120 feet.
Okay, good. I'm
So
just
it's-
like I know a lot of your spells 60 foot is like that cap.
Right. So that is my bonus action for that is 9 points of healing for Lulu.
Okay, that almost fully heals her.
All right. And I'm just going to look at what's Haruman.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he's still struggling in my vines.
He is not. He hasn't tried to resist it yet, but
Right.
he is staring at you, and you are terrified of him right now.
Yeah. And just go, please. You're trying to help. Can I try and persuade him to not kill us?
Give me a persuasion at disadvantage because you're scared.
Right. Makes sense. 14.
He says, "You impede on the laws of Zariel. You can help by being damned."
Fine. Get through to you one way or another. That's it.
Nix.
Nix is pissed. Nix is going to spin around
I wonder why.
Spin around, draw back like before, and this time with the lightning bolt, I want to use my inspiration point to crit on the wasp.
Sure.
You can do that?
If I allow it, and I think this is a dramatic enough moment that I think that makes sense.
Nice.
Normally it would just be like advantage or whatever, but
Okay. Are we doing the nat 20 chart, or is it just double damage?
just do double damage. And I'm just saying that the wasp will auto fail the check then.
Okie dokie. Ooh, that's a lot of high numbers. Let's see here. $27, so 52.
Wait, 27 total?
27 for the die, which would then be doubled.
No, it would be double the dice.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, it's you fried it. You fried it.
Okay.
Super fucking dead.
I would hope so. At that point, if possible, after frying the bug, I would want to say, scream at Haruman, saying something along the lines of "stand down." I can't think of anything that would be applicably dramatic.
Okay, you say that, and he seems completely undeterred as he's immune to fear or being intimidated.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm going to have that be my turn.
He's actually more Terminator than the Wasp is. I think about it. So after Nyx's turn, it is Richtofen's turn.
I'll get my cardio in for the day.
You only need another 10 feet to be able to command them.
Did you say it was 150 or 120?
120.
Oh, my bad.
You
So
command
that would
them
be
as a
a-
bonus action, though, so you can dash and command them.
Okay, so then I'll do that. Dash, get within 120, and have them break free.
What do you command them to do?
Get out the vehicle and get up here
Okay.
with your weapons.
Okay. They are starting to unbind themselves from the rope. After Richtofen's turn, it is Koi's turn. He's still restrained. I don't think you've moved. So he's still 60 feet away.
I will shoot at the guy.
Okay.
I don't want to be super deadly with it, so I won't.
So they're non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal piercing silver bolts.
Like just aim for his kneecaps and aim for the joints in his armor.
You
Yeah,
have advantage
Basically.
Cripple
because
him.
he's restrained.
Yeah, he's restrained.
Okay, I will apply sharpshooter then.
Smart.
So that's a 19.
He just barely deflects it with his shield.
Okay, I will do it again. Okay. 23.
That does hit.
Oh no. He could be like us, but he took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah. So 19. No. 22. Silver piercing damage.
Okay. I'll say you hit through his visor.
Non-lethally.
Not lethally take out his eye.
He's not mortal. So what is lethal and what is non-lethal varies greatly from you guys.
Yeah.
So his head just moves back towards you and black blood starts to ooze out of it a little bit.
Could we even tell on his armor?
It's oozing out of the visor. Overly dramatic like. And does Koi do anything else?
I will make my movement back if I can.
I probably should have said that I was probably going to move too.
You're moving towards him, because
No.
the vehicle's the same direction.
Oh, we're leaving. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so both of you are within 30 feet of him now. Then, actually, Brakka can't move towards the vehicle because
Right,
he's in between.
So I would probably have to just skirt around him.
Yeah, so you're taking the long way around.
Yeah, I take the long way around.
After Koi, it's his turn, and he will attempt to break free.
Gonna hit.
He definitely makes it with a 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23. And that's his turn. Actually, no, he moves closer to you, Koi. He's marching towards you, specifically.
Okay.
You know, you kind of killed his mount
All
and
right.
shot him in the eye. Because
I
I said
did that.
because I said you did, not because you wanted to. I'll be fair about that.
I just cannot. I mean, hit the head.
He is right next to you, but he already used his action and he used his move, so he can't attack you. After him, it is Lulu's turn. Lulu. Lulu. Poor Lulu. What's she gonna do? Yeah, she will.
Oh.
She'll shout his name as she flies over, and she shoots another trumpet, but this time it's a bunch of sparkles. As he turns around and sees her, and he needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do you need to ask something, Koi?
I just wanted to remind the DM that I am moving at half speed because I am exhausted at second level.
Oh, then he's not caught up to you then, because he only moved 30 feet, and now so you're 15 feet away from you. And Lulu would have, regardless, used her trumpet to make sure she didn't hit you anyway.
Yeah.
He made his check, but he still takes damage. Yeah. Dommage. After Lulu's turn... Oh, wait. Another roll. Okay. It is Brakka's turn.
Okay. Brakka, seeing everything has gone south, and he's not going to listen to anybody. She just goes, I think it's time we leave now. And she's going to just start running. And she's going to run her, actually, probably better idea to just do this now. There is her body just becomes a green mist as she starts to move forward. And then busting out of that mist is a green coated warhorse that moves 60 feet. She's got a wild shape. Just gallop, full movement.
Okay. Who do you gallop up to first? Because everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. Koi is the furthest back from everybody, furthest away from the vehicles.
I'm also the slowest.
Furthest away from the vehicles, like, is she started moving still before me though?
If the way I pictured it, Nix and Brakka were the furthest forward. Richtofen started booking it towards the vehicles, and then Koi started limping that way.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so would it be after I wild shape? Could I?
When you
swerve
wild
back?
shape, now I think about it, you can't move towards anyone else but Koi because you are still frightened.
Right. So I'm gonna try and see if I can maybe scoop up Koi and then just start bolting in a strafing around him or around him towards the entrance out.
Wild shape, is that your action?
That's my action.
Okay, you gallop right up next to Koi.
Right. Okay. So I can't get her to move. No. Okay. Yeah. I'll do that. So the
But
next
probably
next-
very, very like enthusiastically, like get up.
get on the horse.
Okay, so after that is Nix's turn.
Okay. Nix is going to grab what's effectively left of Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
cast Fly on themselves, use the first bit of movement to go up and grab the extra piece off of the branch from what piece of her head was left there, and then still that high up in the air, beeline it towards the vehicles.
Okay. As you do, a bunch of sturges fly up towards you. As the place is filled with them.
Yeah.
After Nix's turn, it is Richtofen's turn. At this point, or at the end of this turn, you're pretty sure all the skeletons will have got themselves both off the vehicle and have their weapons.
All right. How far am I away from this big fella?
You're about a... Wow, you're actually quite a bit of ways away. I would say at least 100 feet away. Because you
Alright,
ran
so
past him and you kept going.
Move within 90 feet of him
Okay, you move back.
and lob a chromatic orb at him.
All right. Roll to hit.
$26.
This is acid, right?
Yes.
It hits.
And this is going to would be a level 2 chromatic orb,
Okay.
which is 48,
48.
I believe.
Yeah.
He takes 48 damage. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, that's exactly what he does.
Yes, do it. Yes.
Oh, 30.
Nice.
Nice.
30 would be... Okay. You hit him with it, and he seems resistant to the acid.
Great.
Still sizzles. Still hurts him. He looks really beat up now.
A bug immune to fire and a set of armor that's immune to acid.
I hate this place.
And that's Richtofen's turn.
Well,
I'll take
but
that.
how far is he away from the vehicles?
How far is what? You?
No, the
Haruman.
Haruman.
He's really far away. He's nowhere close to your vehicles.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was
He's like 200 some feet away. Because you guys were at the main tree, and that was 250 feet away from your vehicles. And he was flying towards you guys when you guys were at the tree. So he's probably a little under 200 feet. Maybe actually a little over 200 feet away from your vehicles.
Okay, but a longbow could still reach out to him.
Let's double check. It will be a disadvantage for sure, if it can. Yes, it can. At disadvantage. Because long range.
Well, 2 archers will let loose then.
Alright. Roll at disadvantage. Unless they're coy. Then no disadvantage and...
And extra
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
18 and a 17.
At disadvantage, misses. Puts his shield up just in time as a barrage of arrows comes down.
And all the skeletons move their max distance closer to me.
Okay. Bones rattle. Move up. After Richtofen is Koi.
I'll get on the horse.
All right, that's half your... I'll say that's your move. You still have your
Okay.
action and bonus action.
I will shoot at the guy.
Okay.
He's not restrained anymore, right?
He is not
Nope.
restrained. Nope.
Okay, regular shots then. Wow. 10 misses.
Mhm.
10
He uses his greatsword to deflect it.
and 20. Dirty 20.
You just barely get him through a gap of his plating in his armor.
So did it hit?
Yes.
Oh. Eight piercing damage.
All right. And that's your turn.
You gonna get on the horse?
You know, he got it. He did.
I already. I
Okay,
shot
okay, yeah,
from the horse.
Okay, good.
He stops in his tracks. Puts the sword into ground.
Oh.
And you see a black swirl come from his hand. And he presses it against his own chest. And as he does, you see the bolt that was in his visor comes out and falls out. You see the acid damage on his armor disappear as the armor seems to heal to its perfectly fine sheen. And he looks like he did when you first saw him, completely unharmed.
Of course.
But without a horse.
But without a horse.
Sorry, that sass just.
No,
You sure he
it's
doesn't take any damage from that one?
he's immune to it.
Oh,
But he doesn't even use his move.
okay.
He just stares at both of you. And that's his turn.
So confident.
Lulu flies up to your horse and is like, "We gotta go."
Yeah, no.
That's Lulu's turn.
The horse gives her a look like no shit.
No shit.
Bite me. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry, I'm being an ass. Anyway, so
But I'm a horse.
yeah, you're not an ass.
Yeah, that's the joke. Yes.
But it is your turn.
Being a nag.
Okay. Do I get a save against the fear effect?
Oh yeah, at the end of every turn you could. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I should have been saying that.
No. All right.
It is a
I'm gonna-
charisma save.
Also, am I able to apply inspiration to it? Do you have
Yes.
inspiration? All right. So what does that mean? I roll with advantage or?
I'll say for this, it's you would roll at advantage.
Okay.
I'm also lowering the DC a little bit. Because I think inspiration points should give a little bit more than just advantage.
So that's 22.
Oh yeah, you pass. You're no longer frightened.
All right. So the fearful stance of the horse just goes away. Its eyes sort of just like its brow furrows. It paws the ground.
Hooves.
And
Hooves.
Yeah, the hoofs paw the ground, and she just like lowers her head a little bit, and he's in front of the way out, right?
Not anymore. Because you had to like go around because you were scared, so you couldn't get near him. So you were kind of like curving around.
You'd have to
Okay.
go back to hit him. with
Pretty
that
much.
thing.
Think of it as like a 90-degree angle. To your left is him. To your right is the vehicles. And everywhere around you are metal trees.
Right. Okay, not gonna do anything stupid. I was gonna do something a little vindictive and stupid, but we're getting out of here. I am going to use my full. I'm gonna dash. I'm going to dash. So that is 120 feet of movement. Just getting out of here.
Okay, you're pretty much right next to Richtofen at this
Right.
point.
So there is a green horse just running up past Richtofen.
And I totally forgot the Sturges were going to attack Nix, who's flying.
Damn.
So, is that your turn? Brakka?
Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay.
Also, I should also state that if I didn't, I can still concentrate on the entangle space, so that space can still be up.
Okay.
Didn't he break out of it?
He broke out of it, and I would say he's at the edge of it, if not out of it by now.
Right. Does he need another? Does he need another strength, or is he just out of it now?
No, it's difficult terrain,
Okay. Okay. Good.
but he's on the edge of it, so he
Right,
he
yeah.
was walking through difficult terrain, but he's about to be out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm gonna move back a little bit because the Sturges were supposed to do stuff. So, Nix, I'm pretty sure a 24 hits you.
Even with shield, that would hit me. Huh?
Does a 13?
No.
Okay, luckily only one Sturge. Its syringe goes into your arm, and you take 5 piercing damage as
Okay.
blood gets sucked out of you.
Lovely.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use
have
the remaining...
5 Sturges all over you, and one of them actually got you.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the remaining 2 charges from the shield and cast Firewall directly behind me, in front of, and if not capturing, all of them.
Okay, even if they make their saves, they're burnt. Gone.
Right.
So
And
the one that's on you, though, the only way you'd hit that one is if you were in the wall of fire. Because it's technically in your square.
there's no way for the shield to mold it around me.
Well, it's attached to you. It's not curtain of fire, it's a wall of fire.
Hmm. Let me check one thing.
I will say, to avoid complications, I'm just gonna say you like stuck that arm out that had the Sturge on it, and you created the wall, and it was like the wall's like right next to your arm, but the Sturge is in the wall, so burnt,
Okay.
gone.
Okay.
Its syringe is still in your arm, but the rest of it burned off.
Okay, yeah, I'll worry about that later. Is with flying, does a bonus action allow for dashing, or is that the action?
No, that would be your action.
Okay, in that case, 60 feet of pure flight movement.
Okay. After, oh wait, you're going towards the vehicles. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
very much so.
After
With the-
Nyx
Broken Elizabeth in my arms.
is Richtofen.
All right. So,
You have a flying kobold and a green horse with a fish lady on the back charging directly at you.
Your skeletons are moving towards you. The two minotaurs have their headless minotaur skeletons have their axes. The humanoid skeletons have their bows as they're starting to come up towards the hillside.
all right. Once they move, the archers take aim and let loose again.
Okay, they're still not in their first range increment, so it's a disadvantage.
$18 and a 22.
The 22 actually does hit.
Is 1d8 plus 2. Full damage, 10.
Let's see here. Okay. Looks like the arrow got lucky. Do you do anything else in your turn?
All right. Is there anything around Haruman?
Not currently, no, besides the metal entanglement that he's almost completely out of.
Okay, if something's immune,
You're actually the closest person, now I think about it, 60 some feet away from him.
oh, he's that close.
Yeah, your skeletons are now 90 feet away from you, since they used their move to move towards you.
All right, I'm going to move towards them and close the range.
Alright, so now you're 60 feet away from them and 90 feet away from him. And that is Richtoven's turn. After Richtofen is Goy. Goy, you're on the back of a horse. You're 100 some feet away, definitely within range on your bow because crossbow and your sniper.
I'm not gonna waste more bolts on that. I'm gonna cast a fog cloud on that guy's face. How many feet away am I?
He's currently, I'll say, 100 feet.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast a fog cloud on its face.
Okay. The area he's in is obscured. And that's your turn?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on a horse, so.
Oh, he is heavily obscured. Alright, so. After your turn, it is his turn. And I'll say you positioned the cloud so he would have. You didn't center it on him. It was more of you put it between you and him, so he'd have to walk all the way through it.
Yeah,
Oh, grenade.
basically.
You hear the clanking of metal armor through the mist. And he appears out on the other side of the mist as he used a dash. And that's his turn. Heading straight for the horse. Not even bothering with anyone else. The Sturges, a few more fly up out of the trees, Nix. They don't get close enough to attack you on this turn, but they fly towards you, seeing you in the air. Lulu's turn. She just like panic buzzes around, just like buzz to one person, buzz to another person, buzzes to the vehicle. And then we move back to Brakka.
How far away am I from the vehicles?
If you dash, you're there.
Dashing.
Dashing through the hills in this
Yeah,
horrible
through the-
hellscape.
Yes.
Through the metal fields we go, crying all the way.
Yeah, there's a little bit of tears streaming out of the horse's eyes, like, ah! Right, get up to the
Jingle
up to
hell,
the
jingle hell.
get up to the side of the demon grinder, unwild shape. Just go, let's go, and that's it.
Lulu nods and she's just like sitting on top of it or something.
Yeah.
Her wing ears are actually down.
Right.
She's in the driver's seat on the steering wheel.
I got up to it. I can't hop in my spot, can I?
Nah, unfortunately.
All right, I'll do that on my turn.
Nix, your turn.
Okay.
If you dash, fly, you're at the vehicles.
Yeah, so the first time in recorded history, a kobold breaks the sound barrier in flight. Straight to the Devil's Ride.
Okay. You sound like
Now-
an arrow from Game Grumps. Just
Now, out of curiosity, with me flying, would I be able to land on the vehicle in a riding position?
sure.
Okay.
There's no seat belts or anything on this bike, so yeah.
All right. Okay. Then, yeah, that's my turn. I am good to go.
Okay. You are at the helm, as they call it. I don't know why they don't just call it the pilot seat or something. Anyway, so after Nix is Richtofen. Everybody's getting to the vehicles, Richtofen.
I
Your
start heading
skeletons,
back.
your skeletons are 30 feet away from you, as they use their move to get closer to you.
They move half forward to get it in front of me, as I would use my fold to get move towards the vehicle. Then we'll start withdrawing. As they let loose another salvo of arrows, they should be within their effective range.
They are definitely within 150 feet by now, especially since he dashed towards you guys.
Isn't that egressing? Firing while retreating?
bounding, basically.
Bounding. Gotcha.
It's well, anyway. You fire and you don't have disadvantage.
So 20 and an 18.
The 20 hits.
Seven.
Okay. These arrows seem to do little to nothing. They're sticking. He seems resistant. Is pretty much what I'm saying. So, and Richtofen, you move towards the vehicles.
Yes.
You dash.
Uh,
If you dash, you're 30 feet away, and you're almost out of the tree line.
yeah, I'll use a dash.
Okay. And your skeletons are right behind you, I guess. After Richtofen is Koi. Koi, you're right next to the demon grinder.
I'll get up on the grinder.
Okay. Which position do you take? There was the wrecking ball. There was the harpoon guns on the side.
Man, the ballista.
The huge giant harpoon guns on the side. And the vehicle's conveniently like the side of it is facing towards him, as one of the guns just seems conveniently pointed in his direction.
Shoot her!
But I deal more with my crossbow.
Okay, then shoot her!
Yeah, I will get in the wrecking ball. I guess that. I mean, I don't know how we park the thing.
The harpooner thing?
No, the wrecking ball.
Okay. So you get in the wrecking ball seat. And that's your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. After Koi, it's his turn. Dashes. It's definitely you guys got about 15 seconds before he's on you. And I assume you guys, because in the next round everyone's going to be in the vehicle. So everyone gets in your vehicles and your GTFO, right?
I assume so.
Yeah.
That's the main plan.
That's the main plan, yeah. I think, yeah, right. Lulu's saying we bug out. I say we bug out.
Nix is already burning out, waiting to go.
Right.
I'm just asking that because there's no way he can catch up to you in time on foot. So if you guys are getting in vehicles and going, we're just ending the initiative and you guys are going.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go.
But, okay.
What did you want to do, Richtofen?
Well, we get in the vehicle for sure,
Yep.
and then use the vehicle.
Uh-huh.
You what?
No.
No.
You have the rest of the party with you.
And
How
he
do you-
healed up.
How do you use the vehicle, good sir?
Well, it's got a movement of 100 feet, so I was going to go out, build up speed, come about,
Uh-huh.
and put 6 tons of metal in that guy's face.
Okay, let's see with the demon grinder stats.
No.
Because I think if someone was in the front of it, there is a giant mouth thing you can chomp
Yeah.
with.
And I will
Nobody
say-
went for the mouth, and I'm fairly certain at that point it's just a battering ram.
Demon grinder, chomper, wrecking ball. Okay,
Yes.
so you're just trying to run him over, right?
I was gonna say before I hopped in the vehicle, if we were gonna run away, I was gonna try and slow him down a little further and try and just entangle him again.
Okay.
If you want to entangle him, I will pancake him.
Wow, he fails. He's restrained. So you entangle him, and as you entangle him, there's like a restrained. I'm gonna have him roll Dex save for lols. Somehow he makes the check, but you still do 4d10 damage.
Shouldn't
So
that be at disadvantage?
that was a disadvantage. He rolled
Shit.
He rolled a nat 18 and nat
He's
17.
He's a named NPC.
Screw your dice, Scotty.
Avernus dice, man. Avernus dice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. Driver, I'll give you the honors. You have the crushing wheels ability with a demon grinder. The demon grinder moves through a space of any large or smaller creature. He's medium size. When it does, the creature must make a DC 11 Dex save, or but he's restrained, so he can't move anyway. So he actually just takes it. He wouldn't have been able to make the Dex save regardless. So roll me 4d10 because that's how much bludgeoning damage he takes, as he also gets knocked prone. Also, the wheels are considered magical.
No, you didn't.
38.
You guys hear a like as he drives in, and you hear horrible metal scraping noise as the metal trees are just scraping along the sides of it. little bits of metal shrapnel go by Koi as you're just like barely keeping in the cover of the wrecking ball spot that's kind of half exposed to the elements. But you see, since you're in the back and you're facing that way, he is prone, and there's a bunch of metal vine entangles that have him on the ground restrained. As Richtofen,
tire marks on his armor.
as Richtofen is driving through the metal woods up the hill. So, I guess
Since we just went over him, wouldn't the wrecking ball get an attack now?
do you want to?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got a +9. At advantage because he's prone.
I just had a thought. Nix, you're behind us. Couldn't you run over him too?
I'm burning out in the opposite direction. I've got a broken body, sort of Elizabeth. Now you guys have your fun.
That's a 23.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
All right. Koi, you swing the wrecking ball. You're not proficient with this thing. It doesn't matter. It has its own stuff. You actually nail him pretty good. Like, you swing it, and it like gets some recoil, and it swings up and comes straight down on top of him. As you get to roll 8d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god!
If he was an object, it would have been double.
Oh my god!
Maybe we should have let Mav start this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, so
Gotta love math.
yeah, 41.
Oh, that was slightly above average. That's pretty damn nice. Okay.
Christ!
You're not sure what if you're hearing metal clunk from the wrecking ball hitting his metal plate, or if it's from it scraping on the metal branches as it wrecks straight through him. But you got a pretty damn solid hit on him. But he is somehow still wreathing in the entangled vines as you continue driving off.
But wait, there's more.
Oh no!
On his turn, he's gonna attempt to get out of it.
Wait,
But he
wait. My boys didn't get the attack.
Harpooners.
They have disadvantage because he's prone and they're using ranged weapons.
Not if the. What about the ones that can run up to him with the minotaurs?
But he's
Are they-
restrained, and they would have had advantage because they're restrained. So it negates it. It's just normal.
Plus, we were driving. The minotaurs weren't.
As Scotty liked to specify earlier, because I did not specify they got in or out of the vehicle, they're still technically out of the vehicle.
Oh, you look and they're 100 feet away from you. The bow guys can shoot, and I'll say it's just a normal roll.
All right.
Because even though he's prone, he's also restrained, negating
Yes.
the disadvantage.
17 and a 20.
The 20 hits. I should say the 20 pierces the armor.
All right, 9 damage.
Okay.
As they continue to get closer to him.
All right. They have a nice clear path to him, since all
I
those
wonder
trees. You also ran over a bunch of souls, by the way, as you heard them scream in pain and horrible crunching sounds under your wheels.
Do those
the
count
top
as
of
soul
the-
coins? Can we use that to refuel?
At the top of the hill, there's another charge added to Richtopen's tree.
And Mavs just grows an entire fucking list. Starts going down the stairs.
Mav, you see
I'm going to grow a forest before
you
this is
see
over
the
with.
the soul gauge on the vehicle. It was at like 7/8 or something, because you guys had only been traveling, I think, 4 hours out of the 24-hour increment. And it immediately goes ding back to full.
Oh man.
I wonder if that's going to affect my alignment any.
This is terrible.
Totally not. As like all the archdevils are just like, yes, perfect. Anyway, so anyone else Nix, what are you doing on the vehicle? Because everyone, like, we got a wrecking ball, we got a crushing wheels running over. Do you do anything to him? He's currently and arrows, pot shot arrows at him.
Apologies, but considering what happened to Elizabeth, Nix is peeling out the other direction. They can follow me by a freaking dust trail. He's gone. Nix is gone.
Okay, so you're out of initiative.
Yeah.
Quick question for Brakka. Would she be in the chopper or on one of the ballistas?
Just probably in the actual like belly of the grinder, just holding the spell, just praying he doesn't get out.
Okay, you're in total cover right now.
Yeah.
But you're holding the spell.
Yeah.
All right, so Richtofen, on your turn, you've moved 100 feet. I'll say you're like halfway up the hill.
Beep, beep.
Do you back up?
Oh no, I'd flip that thing around and head right back down the hill.
All right. You run right over him again, I assume?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Up on the sidewalk, thump, thump, thump.
Let's see. Anything special?
People.
Well, to be fair, Mav is doing most of this.
Roll me 4d10 as you run him over.
Oh yeah, I have another 36 damage.
36?
What dice roller you're using? I think I want to start using it.
That online.
Koi, do you attempt to use the wrecking ball on him again as you're going
yeah.
by? Okay. You have advantage.
Oh. +9?
Yep.
23.
All right, you hit. That's
8.
Oh.
you don't need to worry about damage because I know it's a lot of math.
Yeah.
Because he was dead when he got ran over. So
Oh god.
he gets run over, and the fire that seemed to be coming out of his armor like sputters out, and as it's sputtering out, bam! A wrecking ball right on top.
Poor Lulu. I just realized she's in the truck probably freaking out because we killed her friend.
And that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Oh god.
Richtofen, no. Richtofen, yes.
And as we ended for the night, anyone got any plugs real quick? Because we
Yeah,
are going
nothing.
we were going overtime here.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Next week, we get the thrilling conclusion of what the fuck happens to us.
Oh my goodness.
All right, cool. All right, then we'll see you all next week for more shenanigans in hell.
More vehicular manslaughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Toughen show.
To be
See
fair,
everybody.
it's vehicular demon slaughter.
Okay,
All right.
Buffy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.